All right, we're recording. I don't know how he starts this. To be honest, I haven't been on a webinar in a Sunday webinar at least in a while because I've just been doing everything else. And I run the chart analysis sometimes. But I'm going to start it out like, welcome to VKU. Welcome to the future, the history, the present, what we are doing, creating a movement of professional traders who know their shit. Because we all know our shit. If I can know my shit, I know Matt can know his shit. I know Joe can. I know Cedric can. Jonathan can. I know we all can. We all can know what we want to do. And I thought it would be cool to show, come on and take over for Tyrone. So cat licking himself. And he can have ADHD. So I'm going to show you what I did personally to flip my $50 to $23.90 or $22.90, sorry, in literally 4 days. And that's not bullshit. I posted a video. That is literally took me 4 days. Now I'm going to put a warning out there. I did not use risk management at all. So that just goes to show. This is just showing you guys that if you know what you're doing, you can do this, but I'm not telling you to go out and over leverage your account. It's not normal for people to just start flipping $50 accounts at $22.90. That's not normal. And it's not like the regular thing. I didn't do it this week. The market sucked. So it's based off the markets. And if you got sauce, obviously it doesn't suck, but I look for setups before I trade any sauce. So that's but I'm going to show you guys what I do, how I do it, why it's fun doing it, and how, by using it and implementing it, you will make a killing. And let me just tell you guys, I do it very basic. Once you guys hear what I have to say, you're going to be like, that's it? Are you serious? It really is that. It's really that simple. I go from the higher time frame starting with the daily. Literally, I start from the daily, working my way down to the 15-minute for a specific entry. Now, the higher the time frame, know this, take notes on this, the higher the time frame, the more basic Forex becomes. So that stuff and that shit you learned on Baby Pips, that stuff you learned from other companies where they give you, hey, here's our welcoming course, our just get started course. The higher highs, lower lows, trend line, not trend lines, but just like the trend trades, like where you look for higher highs, lower lows, and the peak's not getting taken out. All I do is that. That's it. Because if you break it down the way I do, everything is a pullback. Everything is a pullback. I only trade pullbacks, but I just break it down in different ways. So let me just get right into it. I start with the daily, straight up. I start from the daily. I go to the full hour, then the hour, and then I look at the 15. Sometimes I look at the 30 based off of where EMAs are. Kind of gives me a better opportunity to look for better entries. Literally, it's daily, 4 hour, hour. Now, what I do personally, I keep it as basic as I can from daily. I look for the recent peaks. I look for the higher highs, lower lows. So straight up, let me see if I can draw this. It'd be so much easier. Annotate, cool. So I look at the overall stuff, right? So you see a trend and see how it's overall down because the EMAs are above everything. Indicates a downtrend, right? Simple. Find out where the trend is. Then I look at where am I at on a bigger time frame. Look, so I see a pattern forming. I look at where I'm at right here. I look at the overall thing, this whole thing, all of this. What do I see? To me, this kind of looks like it ranged for about here to here to here, just kind of hit like little tiny bumps up and down. So I say, okay, it looks like it just got out of the range. And next thing I notice, because normally when it ranges, guys, hold on, let me get this. Normally when it ranges, it hits barriers, right? So about here to about here, it was staying. See how it kept bouncing up and down, up in this little area? So it's kind of like a small range. So what I would be doing if I was literally a swing trader trading this type of stuff, I would wait for a recent peak to be taken out. Because what happens if a peak's taken out? Now it's a new trend, right? If you guys notice, see these two peaks right here? See now this peak's over here. You got the next peak over here. And then what happened over here? It took it out. See how this area, it broke this plane. Now what do we know about basic Forex? If a recent peak, if a recent support resistance line, whatever you want to call it, was taken out, what does that mean? New trend. Because this was taken out, this is telling me this is getting ready to do one drop. So all of this right here, because this peak took out these two, is telling me this is going to be a pullback. This whole thing right here on the daily is one major pullback. And what do you guys remember from the videos? A pullback, like the WBBMs and the MAAWs, what do they go to? What do the A's and the V's go to? The EMAs, the water and the Mayo. So what's it touching right now? What did it just bounce off of? The Mayo. That's a pullback, right? What happened as soon as it touched the Mayo? It dropped. That's one massive pullback on a daily. Now, this whole thing, this pullback on the daily, is a trend for an entire month on the lower time frames. So once you understand that what the bigger time frame trend is, you start understanding what direction you're going to play for the following weeks to come. So you know where the next reversals are going to be. You know when you're going to be placing trades, not trading every day, but you're going to know exactly what the precise entry is and what day that's going to happen. So let's do it. I'm going to give you guys an analysis right now. We're going to break it down the way I do it. I'm going to pretend like we're trading tonight, but we're not. So the daily, I see the daily. I see a low here. I see a higher high. I see a lower high or a higher low, and I see a higher high. Now this on this higher time frame indicates an uptrend. So technically I can still play this as an uptrend because this is the daily, and the daily takes a while to form. But just know this is still overall in the bigger time frame a downtrend. So you got to keep that in mind. It kind of flips back. So right now, because this is a higher high, what does that mean? It's supposed to go up to retest it. If since a new high was taken out, it's not just going to go hey and then just keep dropping 30 like forever. Most of the time it pulls back. It goes up to retest it. If it doesn't take out this high, it's obviously a reversal is happening. If it doesn't take out this high, it's going to go back down. But if it takes it out, what does that mean? If this gets taken out up here, you have a continuation of a downtrend. What's the next move after it takes it out? Pull back. What happens after it pulls back? It doesn't take out the previous low. New high. That's where you get the higher highs, lower lows. This is basic Forex on the daily. So I see that it hit the Mayo. It's dropping. It's hitting the water. It's hitting the stationary 50. This acts as a wall. This is actually a signature trade of mine. It's hitting the stationary 50, and it could pretty much do a bounce back. So now that I know the trend, what I'll do is go to the 4-hour. Oh, so now what I was telling you guys on the daily, what it could do, I'm getting second thoughts now. This is where you start implementing where you're going to switch up the patterns. I see a head and shoulders here, or a W. Comes up here, peak, doesn't get taken out. This is the AFP trade. Rise, comes back, hits the water in the Mayo, rise, comes back. Now it dropped, right? This is where the second day's at. This is why I got excited last week. See how far this drop was? Hit the blueberry, took out this low. This indicates that this is why we pretty much understand. This is why I know certain things do certain things, because if you understand the rules of Forex, you know that since this low right here was taken out right here, that this is a second day drop, or this is going to be another drop. A low was taken out, therefore it's going to drop, unless there's some sort of divergence in the Bollinger Bands or do something different. But look, there's no sign. Do you see a sign of reversal right here? Do you see anything telling you right here that it's going to be reversal? No. So if there's no clear sign of reversal, what do? You play the trend. And from what I see right here, a new trend is forming. It took out this low. So that gives you the idea, okay, now I just got to wait for the move. So let's highlight this move real quick. That's the move. This is the move you want to trade. Let's break it down to the hour. Came up, did a little pattern on this. It never came back to test this, and it stayed within the bounds of the, it's still below the down. You see how it's below the stationary 50? If it's below the stationary 50, that indicates a downtrend. So if you guys don't know that yet, for anybody that's not on that page, if it's below the stationary 50 on the hour chart, it indicates a downtrend. If it's above, like kind of like it is right here, it indicates an uptrend. See, going up, and that's below, going down. Right here, I see multiple hits, so I don't really see a clear pattern. If I don't see a clear pattern, I start breaking it down. So let me go to the 15-minute. Now it's even more clear. Shit. See, now you can tell clearly that this was taken out. Now what do I look for? I look for a certain pattern to form on the specific EMAs for this pullback. So it came back, rose, then it did its move here, bounced off the water, dropped down. Didn't really do a V3, but what's going to happen is if you don't see a clear pattern, you don't trade it. The only reason, and this is why I took this trade, I mean, I just knew, sometimes you just know. There is no clear pattern on here for you brand new people to take. There's nothing here saying, yep, that's an M off the water, it's going to drop. There's nothing here that you guys are learning right now that tells you, hey, this is going to drop. The only reason you know this is going to drop is if you understand the rules of Forex and you understand what happens when lows are taken out. This is the only reason why I've been able to flip my account, is because I just know the rules. I follow the rules. I understand what they're going to do. So I'm going to try to teach you guys what happens when the lows are taken out. And it's as simple as that. If it's an uptrend, that's a higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. If it's a downtrend, lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low. You're just looking for peaks to get taken out or not taken out. And that tells you what's going to happen. All right. So based on what I see here, and just to let you guys know, it's harder to explain than it is to actually do in your head. It takes me about 15 seconds to do everything in my head versus 10 minutes to explain how I analyze it. It's very difficult to explain. So I see this. I'm just going to tell you straight up that this is dropping this week. EU is dropping. Why? Because of how far it dropped, how the peaks, all of it was taken out. It passed through the Mayo. It's retesting the Mayo. Multiple hits didn't take it out. It started down here. This is going to do a false move, beginning up here, retest the water, bounce off the stationary 50, and it's going to drop. That's exactly what it's going to do. How do I know that? Because I've seen this shit so many times. And look, it might not even touch the water. What it might do, because I know this shit, it's literally going to come up here, and by the time it comes up here, this water could be matching with the blueberry. If it hits off the water in the blueberry, your ass better be selling. If you buy, shame on you. Tisk tisk. Don't do it. You'll lose money. I promise you. Where do you see a reversal? What reversal do you see? What signs of reversal? Do you see a clear M? Do you see a half of Batman? Do you see a head and shoulders? If you don't, you trade with the trend. And right here, it looks pretty clear to me that this shit's dropping. Am I wrong? Do you guys see what I see here? There's nothing telling me it's going to be a clear reversal. And here's take this note. If it is not clear, if it is not a clear reversal, do not trade the reversal. Because chances are that reversal is just going to be a small pullback. That could be a midweek reversal, right? So when it happens, Wednesday, Thursday, oh, well, midweek reversal's coming. Yeah, it's going to come. What's going to happen is it's going to rise during London session for that midweek reversal. So if you catch it during London session, awesome, cool. But what's happening? This is an overall downtrend. So it could hit a certain point, rise, do a New York reversal, and then continue with the trend. You guys got to start seeing it on a bigger time frame. So midweek reversals happen, but they're not always a complete reversal until they are crystal clear. Like right here, this is a crystal clear reversal. Why? Look how many times they came back down to retest it without breaking anything. This was telling me, yo, this is getting ready for something. There's a head here, shoulder. This is what I've been looking for. I would have been looking for divergence. So there's not a head and shoulder present. First thing I want to notice is that it came down here to retest. It rose back up, hit the EMAs. It looks like it was getting ready to reset, drop back down. What happened? It didn't take out the low, because here's the low. It retested it. It literally hit it spot on, and it didn't take it out. Rose right there. This whole section is telling me, get ready for another push up, and then when it pulls back, you buy. So my entire time, I wouldn't have played this up because this could have just hit off the EMAs here and bounced back down and dropped. So you don't know. So what you're waiting for is that clear push up. You're going to wait for the clear drop and for the formation to not take out this low. See how it stopped right over here? It kind of did like a how many pips difference is that? Let's see. I'm going to go off of height wise. So it's only 10 pips difference. That's it. It didn't take out. This peak right here is 10 pips difference height-wise from this one. Not width, but just height-wise. It formed the formation, and it went back up. Look. What the hell just happened? What the freaking MT4? Look, it dropped here. I wouldn't have played this rise. What I would be looking for is that push-up and a pullback. Look what we have here. Look at this. Want to see something scary? It pushed up. What's this? What's that? That's sauce, bro. That's a ketchup. That's sauce. That would be an entry. Look what happened. Boom. Boom. It just rose. You have to wait for the guarantee pushes. This is all pullback. Once it breaks through that barrier and forms another, all you're doing is waiting for the pullback. What happens if it pushes up again? Wait for a pullback. What did it do? It dropped for 2 days, midweek reversal. Right. I actually caught this. This is EU. I caught this trade. I entered right here. I entered early actually, because this is the hour, and I actually entered like right on over here. Let me actually go to the 15. Oh, okay, perfect. This is where it is. Yep, right here. I ended up here, took heat for a little bit, came back up, rose. I took this trade because of how the EMA started spreading out, and on top of that, the peak was not taken out at all down here, and it touched the blueberry twice. That's just key indications. So let me go back from the daily. So first thing you do, look for higher highs, lower lows. Look for trend. Daily, higher highs, lower lows, trend breaks, peak breaks. If it doesn't take anything out, if it doesn't show higher highs, lower lows, you look for reversals. So right now, it's getting to a point where it's testing the water. My idea would on the daily would to be to look for reversal, but we already went over this. The 4 hour shows that it broke through. This is dropping. It could false move week beginning. What it could do is this, because I know how it could do two things. It could either consolidate all the way until London and Asian, and then it could straight drop. But I think it's going to do this. I think it's going to come up to retest the EMAs. When it comes up to retest the EMAs, is that Tyrone behind me? It is Tyrone behind me. Hey. When it comes up to pull back for the false move week beginning, hits the EMAs, does a pattern, sell. So what you should be looking for is a selling opportunity here. And this is just a free tip. Look for a selling opportunity. If you don't see anything telling you to sell, don't trade it. Don't buy up. I'm telling you, you buy up, you'll get some pips, but you will not maintain those pips. They will reverse, and you will be like Tom, who places a lot of standards on trades and shouldn't do it. And there's 7 people commenting, so I should probably say what's up. Hold on. I didn't see your comments. Sauce, too much sauce. Remember that it's NFP week too. Hell, shit, it is NFP week. Don't trade NFP. Not freaking playing. Not freaking. Oh, and just on top of that too, for anybody new, NFP week, typically what happens is that pairs sometimes won't move. They sometimes won't move throughout the week. They'll just consolidate, and they'll save their move until Friday. So if something happens and you're noticing that there's no clear setups this week, that's probably the reason why. It's NFP. Just try to be more careful. Be more risk savvy. Pay attention to be real careful on your risk when you're trading during NFP week. I don't want anybody here blowing their account. So what I'm looking for is for this to pull up. It looks like it's already bouncing off of the water, actually, which is an EU. Fun fact, if it does M's and W's off the water, it's a very, very high probability trade. So, but I'm going to wait on this because the TDI doesn't look right. It looks like it's actually going to break through, probably retest the Mayo, and then make its move. But that's what I'm looking for. Let me go to a different pair just to show you guys. Let me go to what's actually guaranteed, because Joe called this out when we were talking yesterday in the webinar. What do you guys see here? But what's the most recent pattern that just happened? Is that sauce? Get this. This is sauce in the daily. Oh, shit. And look at this. So sauce on the daily. What's the one thing I told you? Look for peaks to be taken out, right? So what happened this past month? It dropped and it took out these peaks. Uh-oh, indication. It took out these peaks. What does that mean? A new low was formed. What else does that mean? A pullback. Look what it did. Look what it did at the end of the month. It's pulled back right here. And what did it just throw? Sauce in the daily. And what happens when you throw sauce in the daily? On a downtrend after a peak was taken out, you trade that bitch down. That's a sell. Like I'm telling you guys, we're looking at this and you're like, if you're thinking it's a buy, you're dead wrong. I'm telling you that now. That's another hint. Look for UJ to drop. If I told people yesterday when the markets were closed that, yeah, this may be sauce, but wait for a pullback because it is a false move week beginning. So because this pullback, look at that. Oh my God, it pulled back, hit the blueberry in the water. It just crossed back down. Once it crosses through that liquid 50, guys, that's a clear sell. And then what happens is when it passes through that, you wait for the sauce, and you see the sauce in the 15-minute on the way down. Like what I would be waiting for is another push down, come back up. If it throws sauce in the down direction off the catch up, trade it. Trade it. I'm telling you, you will not lose. That's not a signal. I'm just telling you, wait for the perfect setup because I don't know exactly what it's going to do. I just know overall where the trend is going, and I just wait for the proper time. So I started with the daily. higher highs, lower lows. This is overall going to drop. So I believe right here, just because of the pattern I see how it's going up and down. This peak wasn't taken out. This coming up here. This could actually, because this could do two things. So you got to be really careful with this. Let me go to the annotation. Let me give you the possibilities of what could happen. And this is on the daily. This isn't going to dictate what happens tonight. This is just going to dictate what you should be looking at overall. I see an uptrend, right? A peak was formed right here. What happens after a new peak is formed? Pullback. So I see a pullback here. Now, after a pullback, what it's supposed to do is rise back up with the trend. So this could do two things. Because this could rise up with the trend, this could either, one, because this peak didn't take out this peak, this could do, it could drop like it did right here, and do something like this, and then drop again to form a new low. We don't know that yet. That's one option. The next option would be that it could come up, it rose, see how fast it rose? It pulled back, it's going to do a formation on the Mayo or the Blueberry after it touches, and then go back up to take out this high. Those are the two things you're looking for it to happen. That's it. That's it. That's all you're looking for. So after you see those two options, you know what to look for on the closer part of the daily. I see, oh, look, it broke this low. It went past the Mayo. This thing has still room to drop. This looks like, it just threw daily sauce. So now that I know it threw daily sauce, now I know it's going to go down. Okay, so now I know the direction. Let's go to the 4 hour. Now I got to break down the daily from the 4 hour. All right, so this is a pullback. This whole move right here is sauce. So that's sauce on a downtrend. What do I got to look for here on the 4 hour? A small pullback. That small pullback is the false move week beginning. All right, cool. Now I break it down to the hour. How could I look for a small pull? Oh, look at that. Is that a W? Oh, look at the wicks. Holy shit, that peak wasn't taken out. This is going to rise. So it's going to pull back just like I said. What's going to happen after it pulls back? Do some sort of formation on the EMAs. Probably bounce off the stationary 50. When it throws that pattern and you look for it, go to the 15-minute. That's where you look for the V3s. That's where you look for the M's. That's where you look for the drops and the pullbacks and the sauce trades. You do that, you can't lose. You trade off the setups. The entries is just the sauce. So what I'm waiting for right now, I'm waiting for this to rise more. Look, this low even took out this low. Just because it's divergent doesn't mean in an imminent reversal. What you guys need to know, there's two types of divergence. There's divergence where it'll be like this, right? And the low's been taken out. See how this peak is lower than this peak? You would think, oh, it's going to be reversal. No, this is just the level. There's going to be either reversal divergence or level divergence. And a level divergence means it's not going to reverse. It's going to continue down. So this one, in my opinion, based off what I know, is a continuation divergence. So yeah, it's divergent, and you're like, oh, it's going to rise, which is doing right now. It's going to hit a peak, and it's going to take out this low, and it's going to keep dropping. And guess what? This is going to break out of the Bollinger Band. It's going to retest the extremes all week. This is going to just be low and low and low. It's going to keep dropping until it throws that reversal pattern. Now, what's going to happen? What I'm looking for this week, for it to drop, false move beginning here, drop for 2 days. Wednesday comes around. If it doesn't take out this peak, if it doesn't take out this peak right here, when it gets down to this area, I'm going to make it for a rise. I'm going to wait for that push up and for it to break the EMAs and then come back down and retest it for a 50-50 bounce or a 22 trade. If it shows those, I'm taking the buy up. If it doesn't, you could do with the trend. It's all pullbacks. Start from the daily. Higher highs, lower lows. 4 hour. Where's the false move week beginning going to be? Is there sauce? Where are the patterns? Go to the hour. Okay. Let's see if I can break down the patterns even more. What EMAs are they touching? Is it a downtrend? Did they cross through the volatility bands? Are they retouching the stationary 50? Are they touching the water? Are they touching the Mayo? You see if they cross. So right now, I see that it crossed back over. It's going to come up, retest it, drop again. Maybe a little fast for you guys. I know if I'm going too fast and you guys get confused, just please tell me. Oh, who said that? Zay. Looks like it may be a second day. Tony. Yep. This is good. He said that 5 minutes ago. Shit, I'm responding late. So reversal divergence and level divergence. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, that's it. You know how many people, and you know what? The best way to prove this, to prove my point, go look at CAD and tell me how long that shit's been divergent. You'll know that it's just level divergence. CAD will steal your money and not care at all. Like that shit will literally not care. It will just keep going. So you look for the higher highs, lower lows on the daily, 4 hour. Look for the pullbacks from the daily. Look for the patterns, head and shoulders, 22 trades, 50 bounces. Look for breakages of EMAs. Look for the retest of EMAs. Look for it to touch the stationary 50, the TDI, the liquid 50. I'll have to write this stuff out for you guys. Shit, I'm going to have to do like a whole formula. This is so hard. It's so like easy to say in my head, but it's so hard to put in words and try to keep it simple for everybody. Like, I promise you, this is exactly what I do. You know what? I'm going to do this. So, let's pull back. I have this dropping this week. This is going to drop because of the daily sauce. I'll give you 15. Let's go to the EU. It's going to come up, retest the Mayo, possibly the water, depending on how far the pullback is when it touches that. So I'm not taking this trade at all until it pulls back. Until it comes up to here, I ain't taking it. If it continues to drop, I'll just get in on a pullback on the 15-minute, take it sauce, trade down. That's it. So that's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking rise, then drop. Perfect entry. If it drops already, I'll wait for a pullback, enter on that. GU. Let's look at GU. And Brexit's coming this week too, guys. NFP and Brexit. Oh shit, NFP and Brexit. Some accounts are gonna be in the negatives. They're gonna be owing thousands of dollars to market maker John, who's gonna be a douchebag. So, okay, so we got here. What I see, head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, because it's divergent. Divergent is, well, okay, that's not the divergent, but this is divergent. Oh my God, MT4 is so annoying. Dude, okay. I see divergence. Look at that. Holy shit balls. I cursed. Sorry. Curse. I don't know why. Divergent. What does that mean? This is a head and shoulders. Head, left shoulder here. Head here. Right shoulder here. Rise up. It broke past the water, but it's been doing that all week, so you got to be careful. Let's see. It threw sauce. No, it's not really sauce. How many people are coming out? If I don't respond, will we be able to watch this again? I feel like I need some espresso. Talk about espresso. Oh my God, you guys should see the shit I'm drinking right now. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right, let's go. So what do I see here? I'm on the daily. I don't like the daily. Why? Because you see this? You see this stuff right here? That's fringing. I don't like fringing. I like trends. There's no trend here. The only trend is this, that it's down. But this is the daily. Like, oh, guys, it's on a downtrend. I want everybody to place a sell to capture 3,000 pips by the end of next year. Okay, that's going to be the target. No, we're trading. We're day traders. We don't do that unless you have thousands of dollars in something. Like, I mean, do what you want, but don't do it. Actually, okay, don't do it. Don't do it. You'll lose money. All right, so I don't really see anything on here for the daily, other than the fact that it's still within the volatility bands. It's above the stationary 50, so obviously it's an uptrend. Wow, that's annoying. That is purple shit. Okay. Oh, so what does this mean? When you guys see this, when you guys see the EMAs, how they're starting to come together, see how the blueberries right there and the Mayos right there? Normally, what did I say EMAs do? They act as walls. Look what it did. Hit the blueberry, dropped. Hit the Mayo, rose. It looks like it could touch the blueberry again. If it touches the blueberry again, what does that mean? Drop. Why? What happens if it hits the blueberry? It doesn't take out this peak. And if it doesn't take out that peak, what does that mean? Reversal. This is a hint, sorry. If a peak's not taken out, you continue with the trend it was originally going with. So right here, this dropped hella fast. It took out this. It came up here. It's not taking out that, not even near the peak yet. Doesn't touch the blueberry. Look, it's crossing over the station. It crossed over liquid. It looks like it was a pullback, though. This looks like a pullback type of thing. It looks like it's going to drop down. False move beginning. Power. Ew. I don't like this. I mean, it is divergent. Sharks been blowing the water, but, like, I ain't taking this trade. I don't like it. Unless it does this. Let me see this. There's a railroad here, and it is a GBP pair. So, based on this, what I see, the peak wasn't taken out here. This dropped hella hard. I think it's going to rise one more day because there's no reversal here. So what this is going to do, it's going to false move beginning here Sunday. This is why we don't trade. Do you guys see any reversal signs here? I don't see shit. This is a peak. This doesn't take it out. There's no diversions. There's no indicate. I don't see an M. I don't see anything. So what does that mean? play with the trend. And right now, it's going up. So for today, I believe it's going to pull back like that and then rise up here to retest the high. If it doesn't take it out the high, you're waiting for that Tuesday anchor. So as soon as that anchor happens, it comes down here, it drops, takes out this peak that's like consolidating right here. What happens after it drops, guys? Pullback. What happens after a pullback? Sauce, no loss, takes out that peak. Because if it reverses up here, I'm telling you right now, it's going to hit the blueberry. It touched the blueberry once. It'll touch it again if this peak is not taken out. I promise. If this peak is not taken out, this peak, this blueberry is going to be retested. It's going to be retested, 100%. Why? Because I know this shit. Because I learned from this guy right behind me. Right, Tyrone? Mother?
Oh, get in the bed, Messiah.
No, but to add on to that, he's so correct on that because you got to think about it in money wise. They make money off of getting you to feel like it's a certain direction. So as you see where he has this peak here, if they do not take out this peak, because obviously there are people trapped up here, and they of course get rid of all the breakout traders by destroying them like this. They're going to come all the way back down here to, of course, get what? More people trapped up and stuck before they make a decision. Now, if they break through that, then we obviously know we really about to make some money on that drop. But yes, I'm correct.
Perfect. So I'm going to keep reiterating this until it's sealed in your head. I'm going to, after every pair I analyze, it's going to be repetitive. Like just like you hear, what's one thing you guys constantly hear Tyrone say in his webinars when he's constantly recorded? You know what? What do you always say? There's a lot of things, but like you guys know what he says. You hear what he says. I'm going to drill it in your head. So I'll give you my analysis. If it doesn't take out that peak, it's going to drop back down. It's going to pull back. That's what you're playing. If it takes out, so if it doesn't present this, what you're waiting for then is, if it doesn't, if it decides to take out this peak, right? If it rises and beats out this peak right here, what are you waiting for now? I just told you guys what happens if a new peak's taken out. What does it do? Pull back every time. It has to. It doesn't just rise to infinity. If it takes out this peak and consolidates for more than an hour and a half, and there's gonna be a pullback. It's gonna drop. And what's it gonna retest? The EMAs. If it tests the E50, look for it to touch the stationary 50 or the liquid 50. If that presents, and then if there was a W, a railroad, a sauce trade, you guys are in the clear. You keep taking the trade up because right now, this is rising tonight. I don't see any sign of reversal as of right now. I don't see anything. I feel like it's just going to pull back, retest either throw sauce in the ketchup, or it's going to retest the 50 and keep going up because it took out this peak. So what do we do? What did I tell you? I'm going to go over everything. Start from the daily. Higher highs, lower lows, peaks to be taken out. Is there anything taken out? No, the peak's still here. This still has room to rise. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right, what did it do? Pull back here, retested the Mayo, comes up. My opportunity is that it could still rise, retest the blueberry, and then drop, or it could blow past the blueberry, blow past this high, and then pull back to retest the EMAs, most likely the 50, because that's like the most retested EMA in the entire planet. And then you ride it back up. Simple shit. Power, you just look for a clear, precise entry. This is where, I'm not going to lie, the main entry points that I take are based off the hour and the 15 minute because I go off of setups. I don't go off of just, I mean, you guys are going off of vector 3s, M, shift candles, then all that stuff. That's the basic stuff. You start implementing that once you get down to the setups from the higher time frames. Those setup, the V3s, M, shift candles, drops are the pretty much your entry points after you find the setups on the higher time frames. So you go from basic past Forex on the higher time frames down to the market maker method and precise entries on the 15 minute. Does that make sense? You're not always trading the market maker method on the higher time frame because you're not gonna see a V3 on the daily and then an M and then a drop. It doesn't work like that. It goes off of up, down, consolidation down. Like it keeps it basic as hell because we are precise entry traders. So those are the two options. What's the other pair I was gonna play? You Chief. I'll give you one more. All right. My analysis on UChief. What do we do again? What's the daily? What do we look for in the daily, guys? Oh, that's right. That's what I thought. So yeah, we look for peaks. We look for high highs, lower lows. So what do I see? What do you guys see? Oh, I see a peak right there. Huh. It dropped hella far. What did this do? Oh, it bounced off the Mayo, but not only did it bounce off the Mayo, it took out this peak. So since it took out that peak, what does that mean? Pullback. Oh, the pullback happened, and guess what? It didn't take out that peak, so what happens? You look for a reversal. What happened? It dropped. Oh, took out that peak. Uh-oh. What does that mean? If this peak is taking out this peak, and it's literally this easy. I'm repetitive as hell because it's very simple. So this peak took out this peak. A pullback. Yes. This is a pullback, guys. Congratulations. You just figured out my method. I kept it basic as hell. This is a pullback, and look what it's hitting. The 50 EMA and the stationary 50, just like I've been telling you guys. It's literally doing it as we speak, and it's happening on the daily. So what do? You look for a reversal down. You look for it could either be a Tuesday anchor drop, or it could consolidate until Wednesday, drop Wednesday. You can get that initial drop, or you can get the pullback guaranteed on Thursday. Literally, that's what's going to happen this week. I just told you exactly what's going to happen in this pair. Oh my God! See, this is where it's interesting. Based off the daily, I told you what it could do, but now it's getting interesting. EU and UChief are polar opposites. They do the exact same. They do the opposite. So what happened here? On the daily, it looks like a pullback, right? It looks clean. It looks like it's a new map. But what happens on the 4-hour? Uh-oh. I don't see a sign of a reversal. Looks like it's hitting the blueberry. It's retesting it. It took out all these highs. What does that mean? False move. Weak beginning. Hence a pullback. Because everything's a pullback. Those false move week beginnings, those midweek reversals, guys, those are all pullbacks on a different time frame. That's all you're playing is pullback. It pulls back. This is going to do this. Let me show you. The TDI is going to come down. Woohoo! Probably do something here. Reverse. Come back up. And when that happens, the candlesticks are going to come down, reverse off of the water, because the water is going to do this. Oh, shit. And it's going to bounce right off and continue up. Probably go to the ADR high, at least. So I'm going to tell you guys, if you play this pair or XL and you lose, I'm laughing at you. I'm kidding. I'm not going to laugh at you, but I'm just going to be like, bro, I just told you it's a pullback. Hence, the high was taken out. This high, so confusing. This high right here was taken out, and it consolidated for the end of the week. That's more than an hour and a half, right? So it consolidated, does its move. Let's go down to the hour. Oh, dear heaven. You see this? This is the perfect example of level divergence, meaning it's not reversal divergence, meaning it's going to continue up. Right here. See how it's just like flat, it's hitting a wall? But then you also notice that the pairs are still going up like that. This just tells us, hey, wait for a pullback. Because that reversal, because divergence does mean something's going to happen where it's going to go the opposite way, but it doesn't tell you or show you how long it's going to be. I'm telling you how long it's going to be. It's going to drop, it's going to reverse, right? Or drop again. It's not, I can't even say reversal because it's not a reversal. It's going to pull back. It's either going to bounce off the water or it's going to bounce off the Mayo. By that time, it's going to look good on the stationary, or what is it, the TDI. And then you wait for the reversal back up, you trade it up, you won't lose. So my pair, what I'm waiting for is a push down, reversal up. I'm playing the reversal up. Either going to be sauce or a W trade. If I see that, your ass is going to, I'm telling you, if I had a $50 account, I'll be placing a standard on that mug. Like, that's how confident I am, because I know this is all basic. Once you understand the rules and you understand what it's supposed to do, like, this is the laws of Forex. If a high is taking out, it's supposed to either retest it or break the next high. So that means if it drops after it makes a new high, it's going to retest it either way for a reversal or a new trend. It has to go back up. It doesn't just mean it's going to drop to infinity. And that was my problem. That's how I blew a lot of accounts. Because as soon as it dropped, I just thought, oh, going to pull back and keep dropping. Nope. That's when I started finding level divergence and reversal divergence. There's no reversal divergence here, guys. I don't see shit. I see a pullback coming because of what I'm seeing on the 4 hour. Highs were taken out. It's up here. It's still pointing up. It's not even a good shark fin bone in the water. Like, shit. This is gonna either pull back down to the water here or pull back to the ketchup, throw some sauce, and then rise. So, on the hour, 15 minutes. Notice I don't use the boxes either. You're eventually gonna get to that point you don't need the boxes. Oh hell yeah. This is definitely dropping to at least the Mayo. Mayo a little bit farther probably. Shit. Look, it's doing it right now. It's dropping right now. Once it breaks past this water, it's gonna drop. And this is where all the freaking breakout traders are trapped. Breakout traders look for this. They're gonna wait for this whole thing to be taken out, right? As soon as this whole low right here, the Asian trade low, as soon as it breaks it, they're selling, man. And guess what? Some smart people that understand what I understand, they'll sell and they'll scalp the shit out of it. They'll just play it down to about here, right? They'll play it down to about here, knowing that it's going to reverse, and they'll get their money and be out. But we are precision traders. We take trades based off of logic and not emotional trades. You can't take an emotional trade because you want to make money. Yeah, this may drop, but who knows how far it's going to drop? Do you know it's going to go down 10 pips? Do you know it's going to go down 30 pips? No. You just know that you're waiting for a push down. And then when that push happens, you're waiting for a reversal sign. If you don't see a reversal sign, you don't play it. That's it. Pullbacks, reversals, divergence, higher highs, lower lows, false move week beginnings, stationary 50 bounces, liquid 50 bounces. That's all I look for. That's it. Higher the time frame, the more basic Forex gets. Start with the daily. Higher highs, lower lows. Look for the patterns. Look for the hits against the EMAs. Drop it down to the 4 hour. Is there highs taken out? Was there peaks taken out? Was there formations forming? Are they bouncing off the EMAs again? I just break it down to a higher time frame, knowing that this is going to happen. So based off the daily and the 4 hour, I know that I'm looking to play this entire pair for a rise all week. That's it. I know the week, just based off what I'm seeing right now, I know I'm taking buys for the entire week until there is a clear and precise entry on a reversal, meaning a new high has to be formed. It's going to drop, and then that high is going to be retested again. So there are two buying opportunities that are going to be clear, like 100% guaranteed, because of what I'm showing you. You're going to take those buying opportunities, and you're going to rack the fuck out every time. That's how I flip my $50 account. It's because I entered knowing that Forex laws say if highs are taken out, it's going to retest the high or at least break it. It's going to come back to it. You have at least two buying and selling opportunities every single week. Hence why we play only Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We don't play trap days. They're not always guaranteed. You wait for the moves to happen. You get on the pullbacks. If you guys learn to trade pullbacks and you know what pullbacks are, because right here, this could have been a higher time frame pullback, but honestly, this is, since it took out the high, it's just going to pull back a little bit here and continue to rise. That's it. Let me see. Does anybody here? How about this? I don't know anything else. Give me a pair. Somebody give me a pair. Somebody give me a pair right now, and I won't say anything. I'm going to go over the pair. I'm going to tell you what direction and what's exactly going to do for the week. GJ. Two people said GJ. I'm doing GJ. Okay, I haven't looked at this pair. This is the first time I'm looking at it right now. Ew, that looks ugly. That's all I know. Okay, right here. This is a perfect example. Reversal. It rose up. See this peak? Bless you. See this peak? Took out this peak. Crazy. What's it doing? It's consolidating. This is a level one consolidation. What's after a level one consolidation? Level 2 push. Something's going to happen where it's going to rise up here. This is just a pull. This is perfect. So based off what I know, I believe this is going to rise. So let's go to the 4 hour. Oh, okay. So it's peaks. It's been dropping. EMA's crossed over. Holy shit, this really rose out. This is going to rise. Came back up, retesting this. Came out, shark fin blood in the water. Most people think that it's going to drop. This peak wasn't taken out, so what happens is this is going to retest it. It still has room to rise. Let's go to the hour. It's still above the stationary 50. It still has room to go up, so I'm going to say it's going to go up to here. What I'm going to do, I'm not playing this pair. I don't play. I'm just gonna put this out there. I don't play sit-ups on GJ, just because of how big their stops are, how big their movements are, and shit. So what I do, I strictly break it down to the 15-minute, and I play sauce only GJ. Joe knows that. A lot of people know that. I only play sauce on GJ, because those are guaranteed winners. So this is the hour chart. I see wicks this low, bounced off the 50, came up. It's pretty much consolidating. If this is going to reverse, guys, what does it have to do? Like I said, it has to do two things. Either retest the high or break it. Hence, meaning it has to rise still. It still has room to rise. So let's go around 15-minute. 15-minute. If it comes back down, it's retesting the catch-up. It could drop. If it doesn't take out this low or it drops down to the Mayo, it will do its move, rise up, retest this high. If it does, guess what? Your take profit's going to be at the recent high. If your take profit's at the recent high and you enter at the Mayo, which is going to be about here by the time it drops, holy cow, that's 80 pips. 80 pips. What could you do with guaranteed 80 pips? A lot, right? I just gave you what's guaranteed. I'm guaranteeing this is going to retest. That's it. EMAs are crossing over. Everything is telling me that this until they come up to this high, this thing is like so you see this high, right? The recent high after that is this. Hold on. Damn it. Can't click it. That's the next high. If you catch it, shit. It comes down to here. How many pips is that? God damn. That's a week's worth of pips for most people. You guys can catch all of that. Simple stuff. And guess what? You're only playing sauce. So until you see sauce going up, you ain't playing this pair. You better not play it. Better not. If you play it and I find out, I'm coming to your house. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where any of you guys live. And I really don't feel like doing that. It's so much work. I'd rather sit here, drink my, espresso 10 times a day and pull it $50 accounts. That's the fun part. That's really the fun part. So does that make sense, everybody? I mean, hold on. Let me stop sharing my screen so you can see me, because obviously I want to show off my pale complexion. No, I'm just kidding. What I'm trying to show you guys, it's powerful stuff. Daily, you look for higher highs, lower lows, peaks to be taken out, patterns, because here's the thing. If you guys don't have, I don't know if you have the Market Maker Handbook. I have that achieved. It's pretty much everything we go over. I read that book when I was just starting. But daily, higher highs, lower lows, peaks to be taken out, patterns. Each pattern, if you find it, so I want you to backtest this, or look for points on the charts on the daily or 4 hour. Look for patterns that we know. So what do we know? Railroads, M's, W's, shooting star, evening star, and morning star. I want you to highlight those specific patterns on a higher time frame with your boxes, and then drop down from the whatever chart you're on. So if you're on the daily and you find a pattern, go to the 4 hour, then the hour. Every pattern is on a lower time frame is just another pattern. So a railroad on the daily is either head and shoulders or an M on the 4 hour or the hour. If you see a railroad on the hour or evening star on the hour, go to the freaking 15-minute. Guarantee it's a W. Each pattern is a pattern on a lower time frame. And if you match up with what happens with those patterns, you can literally, to a precise day and session, know exactly when you're going to play a pair and when you're going to enter. Just off of what I showed you guys here, I know exactly what I'm playing for the week. I told you I'm not touching a specific pair until it does its move. Until that move happens, I ain't playing it. I am taking the guaranteed trades. If you want to flip low money to a high amount of crazy money, that's what you need to do. You need to take the guaranteed pips. If it doesn't show a clear sign, and I mean clear as, I'm going to try to stop saying the F word. If you are going to take a freaking trade and it doesn't show a clear reversal, and I mean clear, where it's a divergent AFP waiting to happen, it's a head and shoulders, it's an M, it's a 22, it's a 50-50, it's a sauce trade on a higher time frame. If you do not see reversals, don't play the reversal. Play the trend. You cannot lose with the trend. Everything is a pullback. Everything is a pullback. You never play the actual move, because Every time you play that move, how many times have you entered into a trade after it shifted, after it did its thing, and you got it, and you're like, and it starts going down, like, yeah, and it pulls back, and you get into that mode. You're like, oh God, could it be reversed? Oh God, I got in too early. It's gonna reverse. But then you realize you just continued. You don't want to enter in that early. You want to wait for that drop, and then it pull back, and then you wait for the precise entry at the top of the pullback. The TDI will show it. The EMAs will show it. The stationary 50. You'll see the patterns. If it's not clear, it's not there. That's it. I mean, I broke it down from the daily all the way down to the 15-minute. The only thing that makes this clear and concise for you guys is you just need to understand the facts. Facts. If the high is taking out another high, it's going to rise again. A pullback is imminent. If the high is not taken out and the peak is still the same, it's a reversal. EMAs are always retest. It always goes back to the 50. It always goes back to 3 times out of 10. It goes back to the Mayo. If it throws a W or an M on the Mayo, it's going to reverse. If it hits the lows are taken out, guys. I'm fired up. I know what I'm trading this week, and I'm flipping this. I just flipped last week. I started over again. Same shit happened. Started with 50. I lost $10. I always lose $10 for some reason. It's like 10 is like a lucky number or some shit. Lost $10, and that next day I flipped it to 230. Horrible risk management, but precision, knowing where the pullbacks are, where they're gonna reverse. Everything is a pullback at a higher time frame. That's it. I don't know if that helped click with anybody, but that's literally what I do. As I try to make it as clear and concise as I possibly could. But normally it takes me about 10 seconds to do about analysis if it's clear. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, sometimes I speak too fast. Sometimes I feel like I don't get the right information out. If you have a question, unmute yourself and ask. Please. If you don't have a question, I better be seeing these $50 accounts being flipped $3,000. With espressos in your hand. With a dope ass light and a guy recording in the back. Yeah.
I got a question. Just with the level divergence and the regular divergence. So how can you tell the difference between that?
Pushes. So let me see. I'm gonna see if I could try to highlight some points. Go to the hour charts too. Don't ever use the 15 minutes for divergence like that. Those 15-minute divergence are only going to be like 10 pip pushes. The divergence you want is going to be on the hour or the 4 hour. Those are the clearest. So let's see if I can find, well, screw VJ because that shit's in a reversal. Let's see. I guess the best way to find it, so you have to go to the higher time frames first. You got to understand where the trend is. So because I know that this is going to be continuing down just based off of how low it went and how it's retesting the Mayo, I know that I'm going to be looking for a push down. So any sign of reversal just off of that analysis alone is telling me that it's not the real divergence. So right here, you don't really see anything. Like most people would think on this chart, like, oh, that's a W, right? Because it dropped here, came up, drop back down. Oh, look at all these retests. Look at all those wicks. It's going to rise. But you're neglecting the fact that the lows were taken out. Look how far down this drops. So if you understand the facts and know that because of how low it dropped and it took out these lows that it's supposed to drop again, you'll know that this divergence is just a level divergence. You'll know it's not the reversal divergence. If it was going to be a reversal, well, this is what's going to happen. See how far it dropped like this? And this would be the first leg of the W. Like this would literally be the first leg. It would do this. If it was going to reverse, it would come up, pull back to the Mayo, do some sort of move, come back down, retest this exact point down here, throw another reversal, and then it would rise. The precision entry, so yeah, this may be a reversal, but you're not taking the reversal from right here. You know how many people, yeah, may have not taken out the low, this part may have not taken out the low, but do you know how many people have been like, oh yeah, it didn't take out the low, Ryan said it's going to rise. No. This is a setup. Once you find the setup, you wait for the pullback. So first thing that has to happen, it has to push up, and it has to take out this high. Once this high is taken out, you know for a fact that reversal was perfect. And all you're doing is waiting for the guaranteed pullback for the guaranteed second day rise. It literally will look like this. It has to be a clear W, a clear head and shoulders, a clear half of Batman. It will be there. So because this isn't clear, because I don't see a W, because it took out these lows, this divergence is not really divergence. Just because of all the facts. I know that. So this, yeah, it's hitting bottoms, but that's just them consolidating. That's just, look, this is all consolidation. It's all holding. They're trapping traders. They're getting people ready to think that, yo, this is going to reverse. It's not going to reverse. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to do this. It's going to come up, drop. Or it's going to consolidate more, retest the water. This is EU. EU has a tendency to touch the water and bounce off of it. You see how the catch-up? See how the catch-up was hit down here? The catch-up on this time frame, guess what? That's the water in the 15-minute. Look how many times it touched the catch-up and dropped. So if it's doing that in the 15-minute, what do you think is going to happen when it does it on the hour? It does it all that time, it's going to do the same shit. It's going to come back. This divergence is not a reversal. It's going to come up, touch the water 2 times, bounce off of it. It's going to drop. That's exactly what it's going to do. Y'all are going to think I'm a freaking guru. Y'all are going to think I'm a psychic. I'm not a psychic. I just know the facts. But Jonathan, no. But does that make sense though? Like how I put it together, how the lows are taken out, how you justify divergence by looking at what you know is supposed to happen based off of the Forex rules. Because if you see what I see right here, I see the lows are taken out. I see it broke the blueberry. I see that it retested it. I see no sign of reversal. Hence, this divergence means shit. This divergence is what's supposed to screw you up.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep, got it.
I don't think Tyrone ever mentioned that. Did he ever go into that? Someone that's in the course right now to watch his videos, did he ever go over like level divergence and like reversal divergence? Because I don't think he ever said anything like that. I think that's just something.
No, I don't think so. And I know because that's what I was getting mixed up on last month. I lost like a couple trades because of that.
He talks about it, right? How he talks about look for divergence as a sign. It's one of the indications of a reversal. I know all of you see divergence every single day, and you're all thinking, yo, this is about to reverse, right? You all do it. And then you're like, shit, it continued. That was me. And the problem was I tried playing divergence on CAD. My version was learning how to play divergence on CAD, which quickly turned into blowing countless accounts. So once I figured that out, I mean, dude, it literally just, it took out. And here's one more thing I need you guys to understand. I'll answer any more questions after that. Another reason, not only is because I know that's not like the reason, or this isn't the only reason why I make my money. I flip my account. Another reason is the money is not in my head. So when I flipped that $50 to $22.90, I was excited, but at the same time, it's not like, oh my God, thank God I can pay my bills now. Oh God, my family's going to be able to eat for another month. I don't look at Forex as my main income. Forex is clear and as real as it should be is FU money. If you guys are relying on Forex to pay your bills and to get you out to quit your job, stop. Because now every trade you take is an emotional trade. Now every trade you take is trying to make money. Now you're not playing off of logic, you're playing off emotion. And what is Forex? It's like 80-90% psychology. The market makers try to, what's their moves? What's the first thing? Induce traders to take a move, to take a trade. Then hit their stops, scare them, make them nervous, hit their stops, and then continue with the trend. It's a psychology. So if you take the money out of the equation, now you're playing just off of logic and setups. And when you see the logic and the setups, you start making money. I don't care if I blow $50. $50 is $50. Hence why I over leverage the shit out of my account. Hence why I'm able to flip the money. So I know the setups, I know the precision entries, I know the facts about Forex, and I don't give a fuck about money. You put those two together, you got endless income. If I can flip 50 to $22.90, what do you think is going to happen when I get my hands on a $30,000 account? Standards, boom, $1,000 days, $2,000. You got to start thinking in terms like that. So if you're thinking of Forex as your main income, oh, I want to be a full-time trader, listen, you can be a full-time trader, but your lifestyle, the way you are, it's not going to be the same. You're going to be you're going to be bored. This is why we tell you to get a hobby. Have other streams of income. If you are an entrepreneur, you know that the average millionaire has several streams of income. They don't have one. They don't. You're not going to be the techie nerd type dude that sits behind a computer all day looking for setups for the next 2 months. You don't want to do that. That's not cool. I mean, it's cool if you are in that niche, I guess, but like everyone here has lives, right? I guarantee you all have families. You all have relatives. You all have dreams. You all have aspirations. How could you do that if you're constantly looking at a chart all day? You can't. You need to have other streams of income. So if you have a job, work that job, save money, put it into your account. If you have, I don't know, like me, I'm an entrepreneur. I have several streams of income. I do, upwards of CPA, Shopify, e-commerce, freaking MLM up to here. Like, you got to find your certain niches, find your streams of income. And then what you do is you take money that you don't care about losing. So if I put $50 in the account, I don't care if I lose $50. It's $50. It's not going to kill me. So now, knowing that I don't care about me losing the money, I can be clear-minded in the market. Now I place trades off of logic. And logic tells me, based off the facts, that certain pairs are going to do this. I used to second-guess everything. I'm guaranteeing how many of you are in here that are on demo, and the very first day you went live, guarantee you knew everything. You were just like, but what if it doesn't? But what if it doesn't come back and retest this? Oh, God, what if it does? Oh, shit, I don't know. Now you're taking what you know and logic and mixing it with emotion, and now you're second-guessing yourself, and now you just lose more money. So take money out of the equation. Stop putting your entire check into your Forex account thinking you're going to flip it. You'll get lucky, but I guarantee you'll lose it all. You'll get excited one trade. You're going to win the trade. Win. Oh, God, I got 10 wins in a row. Great. Time to place a standard. And then that one standard blows your entire account. One trade screws with people. So you guys have to be consistent. Take money out of the equation. Start basic as shit with Forex on the higher time frames. Drop it down to pullbacks and EMA hits and stationary 50 hits and where trends are, peaks to be taken out. And then you know exactly what it's supposed to do for the week. So if you can guess out what the 4 hour is going to look like, you know exactly what you're doing all week. You know, okay, well, this looks like it's supposed to drop all the way until about Wednesday. So I'm not touching this pair until Wednesday or Thursday. Right there, you just made your life less stressful because now you know you're not playing that pair until Wednesday. That's what I do. I don't trade every day. Literally, I don't trade every day. Like last week, I only traded twice. I think it was like Monday and Monday night, Tuesday night. That was it. I didn't play Thursday or Friday or nothing. And I didn't see any setups. Because you got to discipline yourself. You got to be able to control your emotions. You got to be able to take money out of the equation. You got to be able to know the facts. And when you put all those together, you guys are going to be flipping accounts and making more money than me. Straight up. For the beginning, hold on. Where did you find that? If you guys want the Market Maker handbook, I got to go through my messages. But shit, I'll take a picture. Everybody comment in the chat if you want the book, and I'll send it to you. I'll take a picture of it and then I'll send it to you. I have a whole thing. It's literally everything we're learning. It breaks it down. So I'll give that to everybody. Does anybody have any more questions? I don't know. I don't know what other questions I had. Okay, it looks like every single one of you want the freaking Market Maker book. So, I mean, I don't blame you. Shit, I wanted it. It worked for me. So yeah, I'll give that to you guys. Does anybody have any more questions? Anything they want to ask me about charts? What I do mentally, how I answer psychology, I don't know, like anything. I'm up for questions. You can unmute yourself. Drink more espresso.
When's the recording going to be up?
When's what?
The recording. I want to rewatch this again.
As soon as it's done uploading, I guess, I'll post it to Vector Kings. I just have one other one download. Hold on. Let me see if that one's done.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah. As soon as that's done, guys, I'll upload it to Vector Kings and I'll give it to you. I hope you guys learned something because post that in Facebook chat. True. You know what? Hey, Tyrone, is it cool if I post the Market Maker handbook in the BKU chat? He said no. So it looks like there's going to be the few of you that hopped on. That's about it.
Only for us.
Yeah, I can send it to you guys individually, but I can't put it in the entire chat. So for those of you that are on here, you guys got on a really good call tonight. Guys. I don't know. it feels weird. Do I make sense? I feel like I don't make sense. I feel like I go too fast because it's like I don't explain this a lot to anybody. So I don't know how I am with it.
No, it's a hard method to.
Yeah, you did great, man. You did great.
Okay, cool. I'm just trying to build up that confidence so that I can continue to keep saying the same thing, knowing that people are understanding it. Because I don't know if people understand that. I feel like I talk too fast. Because I drink espresso at 10:30 at night.
Dude, you went super saiyan on that webinar.
Super Saiyan. That's what I'm trying to. All I need is the hair. I mean, I got the blonde part going. Fire in my hair, and I'm good. But yeah, so that's shit. Hold on. Let me take some pictures of it. I don't know. What? Because I don't know who all wants it.
Are you talking about that?
Yeah. Actually, no. Some of them have their cameras off. Yeah, I have to do it like this. I was gonna say everybody raise your hand, but nobody else. Nobody ever has a camera. I do. I want it. Jesus. Comment in between. Whoop whoop. All right. How about this? Is everybody friends with me on Facebook?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Just do that.
Add me on Facebook and then send me a request saying you do, and I'll just personally send it to you. It'll be a lot easier. Ryan Tyler, my sexy ass face is gonna be on my profile, so it's really hard to miss. Obviously, I'm just kidding. I should make Tyrone my profile. I screwed a lot of people up. No, but everybody here, if you can't find me, I mean, it says back here. I'll put it in the here. Ryan Tyler, aka Thor. No, I'm just kidding.
Joe sounded like a mad parent.
All right, I'm getting you guys friend requests right now. So hold on.
I'm good.
And then message me too. Everybody, when you add me as friend, message me. Zay, I got you. Jared, I got you. Delisa, I got you. MMMK. God, Jesus, guys. God. Easy. All right, I got Messina. Straight up, I guess that's how you do it. I got you. Taiwanda, I got you. Torres. I don't know. Is there a Torres in the group right now? I don't see a Torres. All right, he's not getting it. Connor J. Why did you send it to my page? You sent it to my Facebook fan page, not my Facebook account. That works too. I guess you can do that. Josh Zimmerman, I got you. Joe wants it. Yeah, I thought you had it already. Market maker. Okay. After you guys are done adding me, I'm about to respond to all you right now. Go over it. It's a PDF though. So what I did is I printed it out. It's like 80 pages. You could print it out, put it in a notebook, or you can put it on a PDF, save it, put it to a file, and you're good. So with that being said, guys, I'm done. I don't know if anybody has any more questions before I hang up and upload the recording to BKU so you can all get some more nuggets. Hopefully I'll do some more trainings with this. We have some news coming up for Florida, guys. We are throwing, I don't know if Tyrone told you, but we are going to be throwing a massive training at a mansion for 1 week for people that come sign up. I think we're having like 10 people come through. People are going to be flying people down, or you're going to be flying down to Florida with us for a week, spending time with us. We're going to teach you guys hands-on work, what we do. Okay, I got you. All right, guys. And we're going to be hosting webinars as well, but it's going to be at a price. I don't make the rules. It's Tyrone's company. I'm just here. It's his world. I'm just living in it. I'm doing it. All right, but yeah, I'm done, guys. I'll talk to you guys in the chats. I'll send all you guys messages in the next 5 minutes. And if you guys have any more questions, hit my inbox, hit the BKU chat, and we will all do this. All right. Peace out.